More than 1 million people have now signed a petition calling for a complete ban on the use of genetically modified crops in Europe. It comes after the bloc gave its approval in the summer to the limited growing of some crops. Now, it's led to accusations the US, which is the world's major player in the industry, is putting unfair pressure on the EU. Well, for more, we're now joined by William Engdahl, author of Seeds of Destruction, the Hidden Agenda of GMO, for his take on the latest events. Thanks for joining us. Now, what do you make of the EU's approval in the summer? Was it a result of US pressure?
Since George W. Bush went to the World Trade Organization in 2003, before the rubble had cleared in Baghdad even, and pressed a suit against the European Union for blocking the licensing and approval of GMO crops, the U.S. government has made genetic manipulation, the spread of GMO seeds, patented seeds from Monsanto, Dow, DuPont, and others, a national security priority. It's tantamount to the export of defense weapons for the Pentagon and for the U.S. budget. It's a national security export sector, agribusiness, and especially patented seeds, GMO seeds from Monsanto and company. So the pressure on the European Union, I know from direct reports out of Brussels, I know from intelligence networks, grassroots of farmers and political people across Europe, is enormous. There's corruption in the European Food Safety Authority, the EFSA, where Monsanto and other front organizations of the GMO lobby finance the research work of scientists who are supposed to be neutral and independent and looking out for the food safety of the European population. So the pressure, yes, it's enormous.
There's strong allegations there indeed. I mean, the US has a virtual monopoly in GM seeds. I mean, do you think the US government is railroading its way into protected EU markets?
Well, they're certainly trying to, and they've done that to a large extent in Spain for a number of years now, where the agribusiness interests have literally taken over what used to be a delightfully natural food culture in Spain and turned it into agribusiness, synthetic, I call it fake foods, where you have bright red tomatoes delivered from Spain, southern Spain, into German supermarkets, and you bite into them and they taste like chemically altered water and not real tomatoes. So this is a massive pressure on the EU, for one reason, because the resistance in the European Union is one of the major resisting points to the proliferation of patented seeds worldwide. And the U.S. government co-holds the patent with Monsanto on Terminator seed technology, and they refuse to stop research on Terminator technology. So imagine if the European Union has Monsanto seeds and Monsanto switches those seeds off unless the European Union does politically what Washington wants in a particular situation, scenario, or China, or any other country for that matter, Russia.
Now, when it comes to our people buying vegetables and the like in their supermarkets, and many Europeans are deeply against the use of modified seeds, but do you think on a wider sense the issue has already been decided?
No, I think it's not been decided. I think the resistance, the political resistance, even in Germany, where the government of Angela Merkel would have loved to have appeased Washington and approve Monsanto GMO 810 corn last year. It was an election year and they could not ram it through because the popular grassroots protest. You mentioned the 1 million petitions. They're trying blithely to ignore the fact that 1 million citizens across Europe petitioned against licensing of GMO crops in Brussels, but that's a reality, and it's a very strong political message here in Europe. It's not forbidden to label food products free from GMO or not free from GMO. In fact, it's required if it's more than 1% to label it. In the US, it's forbidden by law to label a product as free from GMO or containing GMO. That we have to thank Father Bush in 1992.
Okay,
so,
we'll have to leave it there. I'm afraid we're out of time there, but thanks very much indeed for your thoughts. William Engdahl, author of Seeds of Destruction, the Hidden Agenda of GMO. Thank you.
Thank you.